All right, we'll get started here. Pleased to get off to the start that we did. Obviously, in game one, you look around the country and, there's a lot of mistakes going on and a lot of things happen in week one. So it's good to get that game under the belt. We knew Toledo was going to be a very good football team. They're well coached. They're used to winning football games. Came in here and played well, and I'd like to get off to a faster start. I think Toledo had a lot to do with that. They did some good things. We did not execute very, very clean early in the game, and they moved it a little bit and converted on some third downs, and those are some things that we have to work on. We have to get better at, and as the game went on, our players really settled in and did some good things, and we talk about that often. Players need to understand that early in the season, because as they go through the year, you have circumstances where you see that things change, and early in the season, it's important to talk about those things, and you have a game plan, and you work on that game plan for a couple weeks heading into that first game, and then sometimes things change. And I was really proud of our players and our coaches to stay poised, stay focused, make a few adjustments, just settle in and start playing football. And I thought we really did some good things. The good news is early on in the game, some of the mistakes that happened are easily fixable. And we'll get back to work here this week and work on those things and hopefully make a big improvement between week one and week two. So we're really focusing on ourselves, and now that we have a game under our belt, we have some guys that hadn't played a lot of football and kind of see what they can do. Get back to work here this week and look to improve. Excited about being home. Opportunity to play Eastern Michigan. They gave us one heck of a game a couple years ago, so we know they're another good football team from the MAC, very well coached, and very similar in that way. Eastern beat Toledo a year ago. We know Toledo was a good team, so Eastern is very capable and very well coached, and again played us to a 4-point game 2 years ago. So we have to get back to work and focus on ourselves and attention to detail and get much better here this week.
Mark, after watching the film, how do you think your offensive line played?
I thought they did some really good things. Pass protection-wise, very good. In the run game, the same. I thought they did some really good things. There's obviously some things that we need to clean up. I thought the running backs did some really good things, but they missed several runs as well. But that's why we watch the film, and we'll teach off it and get better. It's nothing that can't be fixed. It's nothing that wasn't for a lack of, they definitely were trying hard, that's for sure. So there's things we'll get cleaned up.
Mark, was the game plan going into last week to put our defensive backs in extremely tough situations? I thought that I saw kind of like a lot of man coverage, saw those guys really doing a good job competing. Eccles came in, really took advantage of his reps. Can you talk about that group?
Yeah, I was pleased. I thought Brandon came in and did some really good things. That was good to see. It's good for him to get back in full health and playing better, and he's a competitor. That's what we like about him. He's really tough. So I thought those guys did some really good things. Jamari, early on, we could have helped him with the deep pass. Everybody knows he kind of misjudged that ball, but what happened was he got bad eyes. And you heard me talking last week, and when then he hung secondary players, it's all about his eyes. He was looking at the inside receiver, so it wasn't like he just misjudged it. His eyes were wrong. However, that starts up front. We had a guy up front, an outside backer that could have rerouted that guy. He sat there and watched him run right past him, so our Jack and Josh, Pascal, I like Josh's chances of rerouting that young man if he just plays big, and Josh didn't play big there. He let the guy run right up the seam. Jamari's eyes got lost and started looking in there, and that's so people don't always see the front problem with that. that problem could be fixed easily if we all just do our job. But Jamari also, you know, our corners in general, they had a couple other plays where their eyes were really bad. They were in the wrong position. And, you know, that's, you know, probably the biggest area. I wouldn't say that you were panicked about it, but you knew you had to drive into them during camp because it's just so different when you get out there and play and you're playing other teams. It takes some reps and some experience at that spot. Especially on certain plays and certain things, and you know, there's a lot to learn from. There's some mistakes. We could get them fixed quickly, and we need to. But then there's other times where they showed up really good that you're mentioning, and I was pleased. And I think you could see their confidence growing as the game went on, and so I'm excited about them and getting back to work this week, and I'm sure they're excited to get back to work.
On the flip side, the receivers, a lot of those guys, you know, who hadn't caught passes before, were out there making plays on Saturday. But what's their confidence level going into this second game? Do you see a difference?
I'm encouraged by the wide receiver position. We've been seeing signs of that through spring and through camp, and I think these guys are working hard. And you saw some competitive catches and some guys that have some talent, and we need to continue to grow.
The locker room give Ahmad a nice standing over or anything for you actually getting a catch? Or?
No. It was good to see him get the ball in his hands and not just the laundry, you know.
Mark, it sounded like after the game immediately there were some questions you had about the running backs and how they played. What did the film show with those guys that you watched?
I thought they did some good things, and it wasn't just the running backs. It was our team, you know, and we'll continue to talk about some certain things, and but I think in general I thought they did some good things. I thought they had some tough runs, and you know, that position takes some experience as well, and some touches and a feel for it, and so you know, there's definitely a lot to build from there.